everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to talk about my experience in making the Lane Pants by Sid Graham. I don't know about you, but pants always scared me because of the crotch seam and the inseam and the shaping around the butt and the thighs and everything. I've always been afraid of making pants. And I can't say that this was my first pants ever, but I can say that this pattern gives me so much more confidence in making pants because they turned out so well. I really like how they fit, how they feel. The instructions were really clear, and because the instructions were so clear and they came together so well, I have more confidence now that I can tackle challenging projects like zipper fly pants or other things with the more complicated closures. So I really enjoyed making these pants and would definitely recommend them to any other beginner sewists out there. Today I just wanted to talk about a few areas in which I made some adjustments to the pattern. First of all, the pattern suggests to overlock the inside edges of the fabric after they have been sewn together or before. But I do not have an overlocker, so I decided to use a French seam, and you can see the inside, this is the inseam, is sewn together with a French seam, and I am really happy with the result. There was enough seam allowance in the pattern already, 1.5 centimeters, to allow me to execute a French seam in every seam. So I did it on the inseam, on the side seams, and on the pockets. The other way in which I differed a bit from the pattern instructions was with how I attached the waistband. So Sid recommends just folding over the waistband and sewing it right sides together to the pants. When a waistband is sewn on that way, the seam allowance sticks out on the inside, and she has a serger, and so she suggested serging that edge. But because I don't have a serger, what I did was I attached only the front part of the waistband to the pants, and then I folded the other piece over and attached it with a line of top stitching that I did at the very front of the waistband seam. So creating a tunnel, and doing it that way meant that on the inside I could fold over the internal waistband and finish off that seam so that there's no loose ends sticking out. And this was just easier for me to do without having a serger. And I think it looks nice having all of the raw edges enclosed in that waistband. One other thing I did while making this was I ended up using a wider piece of elastic than would fit in my channel. And so in order to get it to fit, I trimmed a piece of the elastic off, and so that I can make it a little bit thinner and to fit inside the casing. And now that the elastic is in the casing and it's sewn down, I don't see there being any issue. But what I realized when I first cut the elastic is that elastic, when cut like that, can fray. And it has these like tubes of the stretchy, what we think of as elastic, kind of sewn together with other fibers. And so it can kind of pull apart. I did not realize this before doing it. And so as I was threading the elastic through the channel, it was kind of like coming apart in places. And so I was eager to just like get it in and then sew it down so that it would stop fraying. And it does appear to have stopped fraying. I mean, it's pretty tight in that channel and it's sewn down now to the channel. So I don't think that there are any integrity issues now that it's inside. But if I were to do this again, I would just go ahead and buy elastic that is the proper width rather than trying to trim it down. Who knew? Also, with regards to the elastic, I made a size 6 in the pattern and it called for a piece of elastic that was 75 centimeters long. That was a bit too long for me, so I trimmed it down to 71 centimeters. And to be honest, I probably should have taken off another 2 centimeters or so just to be a little bit more snug around my waist. They fit perfectly fine now and are actually probably more comfortable because they're less tight, but there's enough weight in the pants that I'd probably benefit from a slightly tighter waist to hold it up. I also hemmed the pants to be just at the floor. So if the pants slide down at all, then the hem is on the floor, and that's obviously not nice. So either I think I could have taken a couple extra centimeters off the hem to give me a little bit more distance between the bottom of the pants and the floor, or tighten the elastic at the waist to kind of keep it cinched in and higher up on my waist. But live and learn. What I really liked about this pattern was the clarity of the instructions, the pockets. I really like the inset pockets. They're really a good size. It's great that they're sewn into the side seam and the waistband. I just really like the look of them. I love the hem, that it's big and chunky and gives a little weight to the pants so that they're extra kind of drapey. And I love the wide leg fit. It's super comfortable and cozy, while at the same time it's not really baggy around the back butt area, which I feel like can kind of look frumpy. I do like how these look. As I said, I made a size 6 and ended up trimming down the elastic pretty significantly. So I might try to make them in a 4 in the next iteration, because my plan is to make these again, but with a slightly thicker, almost silky velour fabric. And because it's thicker, I don't want maybe quite as much gathering in the waistband area, because that thicker fabric will just make it a little bit bunchier. So I may try to size down or maybe grade in between the 6 and the 4, but we'll see. For the rest of this year, I'm trying to make things that challenge me to learn something new in each make. So for this pattern, it was doing these inset pockets, which I had not done before. And also, while not a part of the pattern, I challenged myself to do a French seam on all of the seams really, but I was most concerned with the crotch seam on these pants, just to see if I could execute it in a way that was still comfortable to wear, that wasn't too bulky. And I'm happy to say that I'm really pleased with how these turned out, and so mission accomplished. Now the next project I'm working on is a pair of pants a bit more structured, with a structured waistband and a zipper fly. Not so confident that those will turn out as well or as comfortable to wear, but fingers crossed. Really, the only downside to these pants, and this has nothing to do with the pattern, is that the fabric that I used, while it's kind of heavy to the touch, is a bit transparent, because the weave itself is a little bit looser. So it's kind of a hefty fiber, but a looser weave, if that makes sense. And so I'm not sure that these are really made for walking around outside, particularly on sunny days, but they'd be great for wearing to the beach or to the pool, and have been super cozy and comfortable to wear around the house. So where do I think I'm going? A catwalk? No. Which actually reminds me that I want to make some more house clothes. Now, this sounds silly because you can wear all of your clothes while in your house. So what do you mean by house clothes? But I guess what I mean by that is clothes that are comfortable, but like an elevated version of pajamas. So I don't want to look like a slob when I'm at home. And I love getting dressed and getting dressed up to go to work, for example. But these days I'm at home and I spend most of my days just at home without leaving at all. But so I don't get dressed up for such days, hence what I'm wearing right now. But I would like to make some more clothes that are like these pants, that are well made, comfortable, fit me well, make me feel like I'm wearing something nice, but also comfortable, so that I can feel like I'm properly dressed for the day. So stay tuned for that. I'm not sure exactly what other patterns are out there that would kind of fit this image that I have in my head, but it is one of my goals for this year. So if you've made it this far, thank you for watching and see you next time.